Good evening, you guys. My name is Marlene. This is Marley Grace Creations. Welcome to my Facebook page. Thank you for joining me. And if you're watching me from YouTube right now, thank you for watching me from YouTube. And if you love the videos, make sure that you subscribe and like and ring the bell for more videos when you'll get notified and all that good stuff. So that's the way it goes. All right. Thanks for hopping on. Hey, Ava. Hey, good afternoon. I only see one. It says 5. I see one. I see Nancy. Hey, Nancy. We're going to do some teeny tiny little pumpkins, and I'm going to show you what you can do with those teeny tiny little pumpkins. There are other things, but hey, Ava. Hey, Patty. Hey. I look like I'm a little bit crooked, y'all. Maybe. Is it the camera? I mean, is it the... I don't know. Hey, Donna, how are you? Is your company still there? Or have they left you? Hey, Shelly. Hey, you guys. We are going to decorate with some little bitty pumpkins tonight. The first thing I want to show you is I've already done some of this without you. And I don't know why it looks so crooked. Maybe it could be. I don't know. It could be where it was sitting. But anyway, this is just one of those wood things from Hobby Lobby. You know, you get them in the wood pile section. And I just turned it with this lip up and glued it to this candlestick that you can get at the Dollar Tree. Hey, Diane. And Betty. Hey, you guys. And Beverly. Phil Crafter. Hey, you guys. And Betty Springer. We got all kinds of Dianes on here and Betty's on here. Surprise, you're not late. Hey, Betty. Okay. I used hot glue to put this down, but I also used that new, what is it? B8000 or whatever it is. Hey, Kim. Hey, Emma Kay. Hey, you guys. So, while the other glue was curing, the hot glue is holding it tight, so it's not going to go anywhere. It's on there. And when that other glue cures, and I try to skip, so like if I put dots of B8000 or whatever it is here, then I put the hot glue here. So I try not to mix the glues up. They say it's not a good thing. Sometimes and they didn't have your ribbon. Oh, I think it was the right size, but I can't promise you, Diane. I can't find that stuff anywhere. Okay, either I was the only one that loved it and they didn't restock it, or everybody loved it and they just stay out of it. I don't know. Hey, Emma. Hey, Sue. Thanks for the stars, Emma. Okay, so I'm going to paint this, even this part. I think I'm going to paint it ivory. Oh, gosh. Excuse me, y'all. As soon as I go live, you know? As soon as I go live. Gracious. Hey, Patsy. There's just something about crafting. Maybe it's because there's so much stuff in your craft room. You know? I don't know. But anyway. Feel fine. Just sneezed. Okay. I'm going to paint this. Yeah, I think I'm going to paint it ivory. They had some burlap with a row of lace down the middle. That is pretty. I have some of that, and I've used it a few times. Not lately, though. But that's not yet. I'm going to turn this over. Thank you, Nancy. Oh, did I see it? Margaret's on, too. It's Margaret on. Hey, Margaret. Hey, Kathy. Hey, you guys. Okay, let me get some ivory on this and let it be drying and curing and all that good stuff while everybody's hopping on. The reason this thing is so lopsided because I have hot glue on my turntable and nothing's level on it these days. Did I just swipe? I just swiped paint all over my phone screen. Oh, well, I'll get it off later. I might not can see but part of what y'all are saying, though. I sure did. And when I paint these, I always go inside too. So that way there's no way you can see through that bottom. Hey, Charlotte. I'm good. How are you tonight? It's a good thing I knew your name because I could only see half of it. And I see Kayla. See all the paint on my finger? I just reached up there and touched it and whoop, got a big old glob of paint on it. How many of you love cloches, have cloches, don't know what to do with them? Tonight, this is what I'm making. So we're gonna, how are you, Kayla? My daddy's good. He's doing real good right now. He's, we haven't heard from the infectious disease yet. I guess no news is good news, so we're just waiting. One day at a time, that's all we can do. Hey, Mary, how are you? Mary, you're on time tonight. 2 nights in a row, girl. I know, Sue. I know it's a blessing when we don't have to worry about them. Bless his heart. And I haven't got to see him too much. I've had my grandbabies a couple of days because my daughter had to go to Raleigh and do some testing. She's hoping to be a court reporter or something along that line. I don't know exactly, but okay, I got hot glue strings popping up here everywhere. I sure don't want that in there. Don't jinx me. I won't. I promise. Take it back. Take it back. I'm glad you're here. Good to see you. Let me spritz this so I can get this paint on there. No result of your test today. When? Oh, probably going to be a week or so. I think they send it in the mail. But my granddaughter and I were praying for her today at breakfast. And she was getting ready to go. It was like 5 minutes till, and we couldn't talk to her because she was in the classroom already. And she was getting ready to start her test. And she called me after she was done, before she was heading home, because where she had to go today was several hours away. And hey, Phyllis. And she said, Mom, you're not going to believe this. I'm sure I did good. And I said, well, I wouldn't be surprised. And she said, well, when I went in, I took the CD that I took last time because, to be honest with you, we were supposed to turn it in, and I forgot. And I was so nervous when I left, I took the CD with me. So when I went back this time, I turned it in, and I said, well, good. And she said, you know what he said? He said, boy, are you in luck. You have the advantage over everybody here. And she said, why? He said, we're going to do that exact same test again. She's like, oh my gosh, only God would do that. So she feels like she did really good. Hey, Victoria. Hey, Carla. This wood is so rough around these bottom edges here. It's going to take a little bit to get it on there, but then we'll just put it aside. And we're going to do some stuff to a few pumpkins and a few books and some other stuff. And we are going to decorate, I should say style, the cutest cloche for fall. And one thing about decorating, if you have a cloche, you can change it out. You can put pumpkins in it. You can put snowmen and stuff in it for Christmas. You can put stuff in it for spring. You can put clocks. You can put Scrabble tiles. You can put antique keepsakes. You can put somebody's glasses. You can just do tons of stuff to a cloche. So if you don't have one, next time you see one somewhere, grab it And if you don't know what to do with it, put it up. You'll eventually say, oh, I bet that will fit my cloche. I've got several. I've given several away, and I've decorated several. I put succulents in mine and all kinds of stuff. Let me get this dry just a little bit, and then we'll flip it over. Hey, Carolyn. How are you tonight? And believe it or not, the cloche I have that I'm using tonight, I got at Dollar General. Hey, Deanne, I sent you another message. You are in, regardless. And we'll worry about that other later if you didn't make that happen. No worries. Don't worry about that part. But you are in. You probably just need to accept that. How are you tonight? Hey, Cheryl. I swanny, this thing looks crooked. I don't know how it could be, but it might be. The worst that could happen is I rip it off of there later and redo it. Good, just hot. It's hot here today. I took my granddaughter and my daughter, when she got here today, to Blaze Pizza and had supper, and then went and got some ice cream. It was so hot. We couldn't hardly eat in there. Hey, Diane, thank you so much. Y'all, I'm going to touch that screen and try my best to get that paint off. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to try. The comments are popping up and down. Can y'all see that? It's off, though. Yay. Hey, Christine, I see you have a new name. That's okay. All right, now let me get some paint on this top. I'm just going to pour this out here and go for it because it is a straight, flat surface. And so that's going to be the easiest way to get this top painted. Christina, welcome, girl. Thank you guys for hopping on. If you're new, let me know you're a newbie. We love to know where you're from. And who knows, somebody in here might be a neighbor that you don't even know about. That's what amazes me. Is anybody in here from North Carolina besides me? I am from North Carolina. North Carolina girl. Okay, let me get this smooth around the edges. It's probably not even going to show ever, but we don't want it there anyway, just in case. Idaho. I know, Ava's my neighbor. She's my real neighbor. She's my church neighbor, my friend neighbor, all that good stuff. Okay. Live in Pumpkin Center. Pumpkin Center, where? Like towards Asheville, towards Chimney Rock, Bat Cave, that way? Because we used to go by a Pumpkin Center going home. We lived in the mountains towards Asheville for 24 years. And there was a Pumpkin Center there. Is that the same one? Still in Oklahoma. By Denver. Do you live in Denver? Or you used to live in Denver? You don't now. It looks like you're... we would have been neighbors, Deanne. Hey, Marianne. I am in Gastonia. I know you know where that is, if you know where Pumpkin Center is in Denver. Exactly where I am. We went from 24 years in the mountains. This is our home. And we went 24 years in the mountains and back home. So here we are again. Okay, that looks covered pretty good. That's going to be pretty when we get all this together and get it on here. And so far we have a $3.49 round from Hobby Lobby, just a wood round. And Kingston, I thought that's what your page done weddings there with horse and carriage. Oh, wow. I know, I can't wait to see some of your wreaths. Deanne is a wreath girl. She makes wreaths. She is the wreath lady, right? That's what your email says. Okay, let's dry that a little bit, get it aside, and then we're going to work on the little things that go in here. I'm going to show you my cloche top and show you what we did to it. I've already decorated the top, and that was on another live, and I can't remember if it was in this group or private group, but it was with molds. Let's put my green up in so much there. Oh, where, Sue? In the mountains or here? I know some Ingles here. Okay, let me get some dry around the bottom so I'm going to move it. Oh, Kingston, okay. Chalk paint sticks to this glass pretty good. You just have to take your time to put really, really, really thin coats on it. And still, you can't play with it too much because you could scratch it off. But after it cures a few days, few weeks, or whatever, then put a top coat on it, and so you're usually good to go. It'll take a little more handling after that. Okay, all right. Let me set this over here aside. It's wet. Okay. Now I have these little books we are going to paint, and I'm going to paint these kind of that brownish. If I can find the color that I lost that I love. My shoes are off. I already got them off, y'all. Okay. I'm just getting some paint. I think I'm going to use this really, really dark brown, burnt umber, because everything we're putting on here is kind of light. Hey, Deborah. Let me get a tray here. These tiny little books friend gave me, and she said, I've been dragging these little books around. I've had them in my booth. Nobody wants them. I don't know what to do with them. I said, I can do something with them. I don't know what yet. And that's been a while. So it just dawned on me the other day. Oh my goodness, these little books will fit in a cloche. So see, that's the way it goes when you get one. Okay, here's my cloche top. And this came from Dollar General for $6 or $8. I can't remember. And this top was already like that. That top was already kind of gold. Now I've repainted it. This is a mold. And so we just made the mold out of clay, put a hole in the center, pushed it right over that, put it down, painted it. So it looks like the whole thing is the cloche. Well, who wants a bowl of chocolate? Girl, you know I do. I had butter pecan, though, at Handel's a while ago with my grandbaby, so that was fun. But, oh my. Okay, I'm just going to get some dark on these books. And I was going to go a little bit ago and print out some words to go on these spines, and I may later, but I didn't get that far, so we're just going to get them painted. See, these are just cute little books. Look at that. Now, they're gold. They're kind of ugly, but they won't be when we're done. I don't mind if a little bit of that gold shows through there. It kind of gives it kind of an antique bronze look. So I kind of like that. I wish I lived closer, Cheryl. I sure would. I sure would. I know some of these ladies are like, okay, start the show. Got my popcorn. Oh, what? Me too, what, Deanne? Ice cream or what? Did any of y'all get one of the great big scarecrow, like shelves, not shelf sitter, like a porch leaner? I guess it would be a big tall, like a porch leaner, but it's a scarecrow. I went back to Hobby Lobby to get another one, and they are already gone. And so I'm hoping they'll find some in the back and drag them out, but you know, probably not. Ice cream. Y'all, I love ice cream. Everybody knows I love ice cream. I don't want to cover all of this, you know. Like I said, I want a little bit of that to show through. Make it look a little older. I want this to look more vintage than new. And those pages on there, they're gold. They got to go. I got to do something with those. So, you wish you could have ice cream. Oh, Carla, why can you not have any ice cream? Pancakes. You know what? I did not make pancakes. Caroline always begs for pancakes, always. And we usually do pancakes. I was just not up to it. I was up till like 1 o'clock. And then she was asleep when I went to bed. And then the older one had to get up this morning and go to school. And I felt like a zombie this morning. Say something about a new member in our private club. 2, actually. Deanne that's in here. Carla Pratt that's in here. I just haven't welcomed Deanne in there, but yes, we have 2 more. Sweet, sweet, sweet ladies. So. And you know, I had mentioned that I had changed this to this club. Oh, that's the napkin club, y'all. This private group, $15. I'm not now anyway. I'm just gonna leave it just like it is. It is just so much trouble, and it's just not worth it. And I'm happy that we can do it, and it's okay, and all that good stuff. So that door is gonna stay open for $10 a month for much longer. So. That way it's affordable to anybody. All right. Leaves more money to spend on craft supplies, don't it? Okay, the books look better. I like those books. Okay, I can't put that up yet because I'm going to need it. I might need that. Okay, I have this pumpkin. This pumpkin, and I have a little piece of a pumpkin. You know how I like pumpkins sitting on their side, like they grew sideways? Well, I cut this up, so this one's gonna kind of be a piece of a pumpkin. It's gonna be okay though. That's the way we're gonna do it. This one is gonna be terracotta. Oh, no sugar added. Well, it is, Deanne. It's okay. It's just it's just so much trouble to deal with it and all that, and I just don't have time to deal with it right now, so I'm okay with it. And I may have to change later, even though you guys won't ever change. If you join for $10, you got it for $10. It's not going to change. You know, when I do have to change it, then it won't change for them. So, okay. Why am I working so hard to get this lid off? I guess because I need it off. Hold on. There we go. That just makes life so much easier. What's pure sugar? Now, I found this folk art, and it's terracotta. It's by Folk Art. It's not the Americana. I don't know how I'm going to like it. We'll see in just a minute. I'm getting ready to use it, so I might like it just as well. Hobby Lobby had plenty of this, but not in the Americana brand. And this is just one of those little pumpkins on the garland that they have. And I'm going to put all the same details on this, y'all, just like if it was a great big arrangement, you know. If I was making a great big fall, still going to put all the sweet little details on this. Oh, Sherbert. Well, you know, when I was doing Weight Watchers, which I still need to be doing, but I'm not. When I was doing Weight Watchers, I could have sherbet. When it came to ice cream, if it wasn't sugar-free, though, I could only have, like, you might as well say a great big tablespoonful. But I could have more sherbet. I like this color pretty good. I don't mind that color. That's pretty. See, it even looks oranger to you. It looks deeper here. But it's not bad. Okay. Some sugar-free. You can get sugar-free just about anything now, probably. Okay, I'm going to do one of these. A little tiny bit of blue in there. Just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit. So let me get some cream. Let me mix it up. It might be a bit much. See, all I did was just put a dab. The color of my nails. I did that. Me and my granddaughter did that today. And I just put glitter on my ring fingers. Thank you, Carla. We had fun. She loves to wear jewelry, makeup, get her nails done, all that stuff. She loves it. So that's what we spend a lot of time doing. I got her a tablet. Whoops. I got her a tablet, you know, like when you start to school and it has the lines that has, you know, like a blue line, a broken line, a blue line, skip a little space, blue line. So you can learn to write on the lines, you know, stay in lines. And so I've been going on every line today with her and putting like A, B, C, D, E, and letting her do them, you know, copy all the way across. Man, she does good. And she's 4 years old. I was shocked and impressed. She is too stinking smart. She's going to be bored with school. She can already say all of her ABCs. She can see, she can cite most of them. She can count to like 130. Too smart. Hey, Sharon. Yeah, you do, Beverly. You really do, because the carbs sometimes, or even the sodium, makes up for the other. So you really, really do. Some things that say sugar-free, well, they ain't so sugar-free. There's other things in there that make up for that. Hey, Linda. Okay, this one is going to be ivory. Even though it's white, I'm going to paint it ivory in case any of that bottom shows. See what I did? I chopped this all up. This one's kind of going to lay on its side. See? See what I did? It's real chopped up, y'all. But it's okay. It's just for looks. Okay, this one's ivory. Okay. Hey, Wanda. Thanks for hopping on, you guys. Make sure you share it out. And you guys, if you're watching me from YouTube, thanks for being here. But if you have not found me on YouTube, go to YouTube and just type in Marley, M-A-R-L-Y, Grace Creations, and check out my videos. And if you love the videos, make sure you subscribe. I'm trying my best to grow that channel so I can go live and do teaching tutorials right there without all this other, you know, not that all this other is bad, but sometimes people go to YouTube and when you start saying, hey, Mary, hey, Sam, hey, you know, come in, blah, 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 they'll be like, oh, please get over this, please stop, you know, and they don't go there for that. They go there to learn something. And so, I know there's ways that you can do it, but you have to buy a lot of equipment and blah, blah, blah. And I don't want to have to go and do all that stuff. So I forgot this part of these books. Wanda, I hope you've had a good day. Is the weather any better where you guys are? It was hot here, but all in all, it was pretty nice today. This afternoon, it was really hot. You know, I said I took Caroline to eat pizza, and it was just hot in the restaurant. But up until then, it was great. I just want to put some water on that and spread that a little bit. Make it look more like pages in this book. See, does that look like book pages? I think it looks pretty good. All I'm doing is kind of spreading some of that. Okay. A little more brown on top. Who's having popcorn? Some of y'all have popcorn every night. A couple of people in my private group says, we just crawl into bed and get some ice cream or get some popcorn and hang out and watch you. And I'm like, okay. I love popcorn too. I have popcorn lots of nights. That's usually my late night snack, is either ice cream or popcorn one. Okay, those books look good to me. I'm done with those two books. Sue has popcorn. Miss Betty always gets her popcorn. In fact, Daddy usually says, okay, I got my popcorn ready. Let's go. Will y'all enjoy that? Several ladies that come in here also have a booth where I am. Let's see, Betty has a booth. Oh my gosh, I can't think of the little sweet little girl's name. I know Linda Stamp has a booth. So if any of you guys are local, instead of going and shopping at, you know, wherever all the time, go and support these local businesses. Of course, my booth is there too. So it's at Heritage Mills, and it's actually the mill where I used to work years ago. Hey, Jamie. I want to tie a little string around these books, but it needs to be really thin. Let's see here what I have. I know, oh, here's some twine. I got this out earlier. I'm just going to tie this in a knot, just like people used to tie books up and carry them. Gastonia. It's a pretty big city. We're right next to Charlotte. That is an ugly little knot. Let me fix that thing a little bit. Hey, Melissa. Okay. Now, does that look like a little stack of books? Now, see, that's how they did look. They were ugly. Okay, here's my little pumpkins. Now we're going to decorate these little pumpkins a little bit. I have one more book, and I'll do something to that in a little bit. I may not need to do anything to that book. You know what? I do need to put a little bit of something on these pages. How are you today, Melissa? There we go. It looks more like pages in a book. That's good. In case I need it. I may not use that. Okay. Some Spanish moss. Just take a little bit of Spanish moss. Do this. Hanging in there, knees are hurting. I'm so sorry, girl. So sorry. I wish I could do something to help you. And y'all don't do this with your fingers. Okay, we got some spinach moss on that little pumpkin. Put a little tiny bit on this one. It takes my mind off of it a little. Good, good. If that's all I can do to help you, that's good. These are little bitty pumpkins. I even have some smaller than this, but they were too little. I'll show them to you in just a second. Sticking to my fingers. Look at this pumpkin. Look how little they are. Look at that. They don't have stems. They're so tiny. That's the kind that, you know, you put in potpourri or whatever. I couldn't do nothing with those. Let's give this a little haircut. Oh my, they're tiny. I know. They came in like a little group of potpourri or something with pine cones and acorns and stuff. But, you know, I made some jars last year and put that stuff down in it with some spices. Yikes, that was hot. Okay, I need a tiny, see what I got here. Let me take some of this apart. This rope is too fat for this, so let me take some of this rope apart and make a bow. This will be thick enough. Hey, Jim, is it Keeter? Late, but I'm here. Who's here? Hey, Sissa. How are you, my sweet friend? Let me get this tiny little bow. Little bow. See, look. See how teeny it is? We're going to glue that on the top of that pumpkin right there. I'm good. I'm good. Y'all, I had a 2-hour nap today. Can you believe that? I might just craft all night. Huh? That's funny. I never, ever lay down in the day. Never. And Caroline was writing in her tablet, and she kept yawning and saying, Nana, I'm tired. I said, well, let's go in the guest room. Turn the TV on. Let's just write in your tablet. Let's just rest. She's like, okay. I was hoping she went to sleep. Well, she did. Pumpkin. I know, girl. 5 more days. Today's 24, so 6 more days. And I'll still do some pumpkins, but, you know, just whenever. I still have some ideas that I'm not going to get to in this go-round. Let me put this tiny little bow there. So anyway, next thing I know, she's all cuddled up to me. And she's asleep. And I'm like, yes. So I laid there on my phone, looked at Pinterest a while, and checked messages and whatever. And I laid my phone down. Next thing I know, my daughter's walking in the door from Raleigh and said, are y'all still sleeping? I'm like, yep. Oh, thank you, sis. I don't know about all of it, but, you know, every now and then I come up with something fun. Okay, let's get another tiny bow. They don't have to have a bow, but they need something, you know. They need something. So let's just, I want this kind of this burlap stuff on there. It's making my nose itch. I don't know how I'm going to lay this little half pumpkin yet, so I'm not going to put anything on it until I get that put together. Okay. I want to put a little piece of burlap, I think, under that. I have some burlap over here. Let me cut a piece. I thought I had a... Here's a piece. Yeah. Seen a bad craft yet. Keep watching, girl. Let's see. I did something in the private group the other day, and it turned out bad. I don't remember now what it was. But, you know, I let them know it was an experiment before we ever got started. Something I'd never done. We could do it together, but it was hilarious. Anyway. I'm just tearing this apart. I just kind of want the fringe of it on there, not too much. Okay, I like that. Nope, that's not big enough. That is not big enough. Probably had it better off before I ripped it apart second time. You did something in this group too. And if anybody wants to know anything and wants the truth, ask Christine Landmore. Christine, what was it that I did? Because I don't remember, but it wouldn't surprise me none. Okay, that's probably a better size for that. Still could be a little bigger. I'm surprised. You'll let me know when you think of it, I know. All right, let's try this again. I want this bigger. I thought I had it too big, and now it's too little. All right, let's try this again. Okay, like that. Now, it's like I want it. Hey, Pat. The one you ripped the rope off and started over. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. That thing was awful. And I kept looking at it and looking at it. Finally, I just took the top off of that rope and the rope off of that top of that pumpkin. That was day 2. Y'all, that was day 2. Well, too tardy to class. You're not tardy. It's okay. Let's see. I need something under that. Maybe not. No, I'm going to put some leaves on top. Let me get that down. Now in a minute I'll go, I wish I hadn't have done that. I can't move it now. Okay, I need a few of these little baby leaves. See these leaves are like birchwood. I'm going to use some of these little tiny baby leaves to go on there. Because it is a tiny little pumpkin. See how little these leaves are? Y'all, these are tiny, tiny, tiny. Now, I hope I don't stick my fingers in there. Eight o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock. Okay, it's 10 o'clock, 10 minutes till 10 here. Oh yeah, I ripped that rope off and added something else. That was horrible. It looked like it was getting ready to be a beehive. That's what it was turning out to be. 8:52 there. Are you Central? Who's Central? Dogwood. Boxwood. Did I say dogwood? Boxwood. Oh, I can't pick it up. I have to pick. See the tiny, tiny little leaves on there? It needed those. Okay, now let's get this pumpkin here. First, I need to get this down and get it in its place because I don't want nothing to. Let's see here. Yes, that one's going to kind of lay flat. Central time here. Okay. It's Eastern Standard here. It's 10 till 10. Now that I've got that on there, I know where that tiny bow, if I still have that tiny bow, where did that tiny bow go? Oh, here it is. I'm losing all these little itty bitty parts. All right, let me get a few leaves on that one. This seems like an awful lot of work for this tiny little thing, but, you know, you want it to look as realistic as a big one. You don't want to just throw it on there and say, okay, it's fall. Okay, that looks cute. Y'all, Christine Lattimore has a new phone. So, for some reason, she's now Chrissy Lattimore. So, okay. Now, I have this one book. I'm going to glue that on the side of that. Let's see. Okay, what kind of glue tool is that? Looks like it's a good one. I can't seem to find. See, so this thing I have had literally for 40 years. I'm not kidding you. I've already wore out 2 or 3 others. And that is tinfoil. My husband said the other night he was watching something. I probably should figure out how to get that ugly thing. Look at that. That is awesome. Okay. Might not work after this. This one has never leaked glue. This has been the best glue tool. I've had it since I started crafting years and years and years ago. Now it looks burnt right there, but I don't know what that is. But when I'm crafting upstairs, I put it on a, like, I take tinfoil, a big piece, and fold it over so it won't get on my counter, table, or whatever. And so I lay it there, and then when I'm done, I just kind of wrap the tinfoil over it and let it cool on my counter or wherever. And so that's why the tinfoil is on there. I don't know why it's so dark, but now I'll probably have light on it. Anyway, it looks better than that tinfoil. Does it even have a brand name? No, it does not even have a brand name. This thing is old. In fact, this is kind of, I guess it's going to be okay. There's no name on it. I've had it forever. It is wonderful. So I had a pretty little pink flowery one. And hey, Swamp Molly Creations. Gosh, I wish I could remember your first name. Is it Rebecca? No. No, it never leaks. It never leaks. Now, if I leave it sitting over here for a couple hours, I won't say I've ever done that. But if I do, it'll some leak out. But I have it in a metal tray. And so if any leaks out, it's in that tray. It's not on anything. It's not against anything that it would hurt. So, okay. Here is books and pumpkins, and that pumpkin laying there probably is not what I was looking for, but still, I like it okay. I could probably add something else. I don't like the string coming down from it, is the problem. I don't like the string coming down from it. I like the string, but I think I would put it in a different place. So I'll do some details on the books. Let me get a little tiny, tiny detail brush. Here's one. And put some details on that. Thank you. It's going to go in a cloche in a minute, y'all. It's going to even be cuter. I'm just getting all these little details done and getting them ready to go in that cloche. Just kind of putting a little fake details on these books. Oh, does it? I know, I hate it when you get something that you just... But I had a little purple paisley one. It was so cute. It didn't last no time. You know, so I said, you know what? I'm going to get this old one out, and I'm going to use it till it stops working. I don't care how it looks. It works great. Okay, now, there's some details on the books. Some pretend writing on the books. Okay. Now we have this back. Who might like to play with it? Hey, Nancy. We got several Nancy's on here tonight too. I'm just distressing this just a little bit. And this is just distress ink, y'all. It's archival ink. It's permanent ink. It's not going to come off later. Who, Sissa? I missed something. Oh, my granddaughter? Play with what? The glue tool? Oh, I couldn't do that. Should be trying to plug it in somewhere. She see me do it and think she could do it. These little brushes are wonderful. These little makeup brushes. Hey, Martha. Y'all, thanks for coming on every night and hanging out with me while I do all these pumpkins. I appreciate it so much. It's fun. Okay. I have a doily that I'm going to put on this. And this is not an old one. It looks like an old one, but it is not. I bought it from Temu, and it was really cheap. It looks hand crocheted to me, but it's not. So I'm just going to stick a little bit of hot glue to hold this down. A tiny bit in the middle. Hold that place. I'm just using a tiny bit. If I decided to take this off later, I could. It's going to hold it in place, but it can be removed. It wouldn't hurt it. Say I love craft doilies. I can never find them. I love them too. Love them a lot. I have some really good ones my grandmother made, but I'm not crafting with those. Oh, I need a sunflower. I had a tiny little sunflower here that I'm not sure is even big enough, but I think it needs to be down here on the bottom. And here's an acorn. I don't like that acorn on there. I might like one more. Another one. Nope, it looks like a bullet. Okay, I love this little sunflower on here too. Okay, y'all, there you go. There's pumpkins and books, and it's all fits right there in that cloche. You can put anything in these. That's little. Thank you. And see, it's even cute if you want to sit it somewhere in the middle of your dining room table, maybe at Thanksgiving or whatever. It's just as pretty in the back as it is on the sides or the front. See that? So you have to kind of think about all the sides. I might consider putting another little sunflower in the back. Hey, Francesca. Thank you, Carla. Thanks, Nancy. I still haven't found me a cloche. Look at Dollar General every time you go. I found 2 at one time, and then I found 1, and then a friend called me and said she found 1. And so every now and then, and it's over in the section where, like the, and now this is not glued down. I'm not gluing this down. I would not. So that way, if you ever wanted to take the pumpkins off, you can just take them off. You could put some clocks in here. You could put keepsakes of your grandmother's. You could put apples in the spring. All flowers. You can do all kinds of stuff with these. I love cloches. And this is on a candlestick. It's just a piece of wood in a candlestick from the Dollar Tree. The wood came from Hobby Lobby, and it's pretty thick. I wouldn't get the little thin wood like from Dollar Tree. Thank you, Sissa. I'll show you. This is a piece of wood. It's substantial. It's thick. And it's got those pretty edges. I just turn them down because I want this flat. And then I just glued a candlestick from the Dollar Tree on that, distressed it. And that's pretty much it. I just happen to have these cute little things. And with it, she gave me this. So I'll use that for a pumpkin top. And there was a tiny little angel that went with this book. I didn't want that in here, so I don't even know what to do with that. So I just kept the books and thought, one day I'll have something to do with them. So I've been kind of adding stuff in there. And this will stay put. It's going to stay on there. It's not going anywhere unless it's in a place where, you moved it around a whole lot. So anyway, y'all, get you a cloche. Check at Dollar General. And this is thick. This is nice and thick. And to see, I was just going to make this in a cloche and put this on that, not put the pedestal. But what happens is you're kind of looking down in it, and it just doesn't look the same. So if you set it up somewhere, you're actually looking in there like a window. And so I did one for a friend, and it was taller. I found it on Amazon. Hey, Angelica. I think it was Amazon, and I stacked teacups all different ways in there, and I put some moss in there and a doily in the bottom and a handkerchief, and I don't remember what all, but she kept talking about how pretty my cloches were. And so for her birthday, I gave her one with all kinds of teacups and some special vintage stuff in it. So there you go, you guys. That's it for tonight. Thank you for hopping on. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it makes you want to get a cloche and do something. Like, this is not the bottom that came with this. It was glass, but I didn't like that for that. I probably used it for something else, and I just used these wooden rounds and candlesticks to do this with. And you know what? As small as this is, you could even display this just like this in your kitchen as like a little cake stand and put some faux food in it, or, a special cupcake, or, I don't know, but it'd be cute with something in it in your kitchen. I love cloches a lot. And this was made on a live. This did not come. When you go to Dollar General, y'all, you will not see this. You will just see this knob. It's one piece. This was made out of clay, and we put it on in another live, and I made it look like metal. So that was not there. How wide is the cloche? Hold on, Emma, and I will measure for you. How, like across, I'm going to measure crossways this way. It's 6 inches. It's 6 inches across on the bottom. And it was either $6 or $8, but it's worth it. It's thick. It's a good one. And you have to be careful ordering them or getting them at like specialty shops. They are thin, so thin you can hear them ring, and they scare me. I don't want a real thick one. Now I want to be able to see through it clear, you know, but I don't want a really thin one unless it's going to be for something special and I'm never going to mess with it. So, and you know me, I mess with everything. I don't ever leave nothing alone. Okay, there you go. There's the front, and then there's the back, or maybe that's your front. I don't know. I kind of like it with the pages showing. So it can be either way. You can put it however you want to. Good night, sister. You sleep well too. All right, you guys. If you're watching me right now on that live red button's there, I'm still live. But if you're watching me right now on that red live button's not there, then I'm not live anymore. You can catch me on YouTube. And please subscribe and like and ring the bell and all that for notifications. And as soon as I'm done, I will download this to YouTube, and it will also be available to watch from start to finish. Hey, Michael, on Facebook. All right. Good night, you guys. I'll see you tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. Bye.